Yo, 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 you already know who it is. Live and direct, bruh, Migos podcast coming to you guys on this happy Easter. Happy Easter
Easter,
to
happy
all
Easter.
of y'all. But you know, in the world of the sports, it don't stop, can't stop, won't stop.
Ah, 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 ah.
And we here to get it today. Today on our Easter show, do you really care about space exploration? And Trick Daddy was having fun, baby. That's what he was doing.
Was
He was having
he?
fun. That man was having fun. And to prove what I mean by this, we're gonna
Go ahead.
start the show off with a little bit of this right here. Okay.
Go ahead,
Look,
show him, dog. So,
look a trick. Look a trick. Look a trick.
like,
Look a
look,
trick.
look at the belly go.
Uh,
Like I posted on Blue Sky, man. That man posting that belly like the Philly fanatic ain't gonna ever leave my mind, dog. Like that shit was so fucking hilarious. So for y'all that don't know, Trick Daddy was basically hired on to be the the act at the AKA regional
yes,
conference
he was.
just recently, and I guess they didn't understand Trick Daddy. I guess they were like, "Hey, this will be a rousing audience. This will be a rousing act for our folks here." And people did like it. Like people were jamming out because Trick Daddy got hits. Like it ain't to where we don't know about Trick Daddy. Ain't never heard of Trick Daddy. Trick Daddy got
Mm-hmm.
hits, but does Trick Daddy have AKA hits? Is like I would not look. I mean, I have seen people say that they had Trick bumping out in their Nissan Altimas. I got you, but like, look, I would not have thought Trick Daddy as a good act. you know, like I don't know who they basically were thinking. I don't know what they were basically thinking, but that shit was hilarious. Trick was throwing his stomach and just throwing like audacity. He said, "Don't," and he said, "Do not defamate my name." So we ain't gonna defamate
Nah,
here
nah, nah,
either.
nah, nah.
Like there's
I
no
ain't gonna
blaming on
defamate
Trick.
his name. I ain't gonna
Like
defamate his name at all.
like we do we at Broad Migos podcast do not defamate at all Trick Daddy. Like we respect Trick Daddy, respect everything he did, man. He's got hits, thug.com, everything. But like that shit was hilarious to basically see like the AKAs all upset. Like look, and we don't want no violence here at Broad Migos either. I understand that you guys are a coalition of motherfucking contingent, but
Yeah,
shit was hilarious.
it was.
I could not stop laughing.
Look, here's the thing, bro. I feel like the AKA should have known what Trick Daddy was coming with because
You had to.
you had to know what this was gonna be, and Trick is gonna perform his tricks and well, he's gonna perform some of his songs and they're gonna be some outlandish shit. But we all love that outlandish shit. But I don't think the AKAs wanted outlandish shit. But they
They
should
didn't
have
want.
known better. They should have
They
known better.
should know Nan, nigga.
Yeah.
Like how don't you know Nan, nigga? Like I mean, come on now. Like look. Somebody said I ain't gonna say who. Somebody said that the AKAs that had double the audacity. The A stand for audacity with them. So I don't know what they was on, dog. I can't say it, and I can't even reveal my sources on that. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, man, that shit was hilarious yesterday. I was crying laughing.
Yeah. Now, now to our kind of random topic. Do you really care about space exploration, Rob?
I don't like. I think everybody was all up in not up in arms, but up in like congratulations for the Artemis. Artemis 2 basically going into a space exploration. It's like the first time we've had a manned mission to the moon essentially in like 50 years, and like they basically were like, I don't like everybody's like, oh man, this is so great, this is awesome, look, I gotta catch the space. I'm like, here, dog. Like I guess I'm like Gil Scott Heron too. Is like we got a lot of shit burning down here that I can't really rock with it. But like I felt like it was like I don't know. It brought people hope. It brought people a lot of like wants. And I know there's a lot of things that come from space exploration, especially when it comes to technological advances and
Yeah.
stuff like that, like GPS and everything. But I don't know, man. And I will say, Jeremy Platter
Yep.
from Southern, basically is one of the main people at NASA that are that's a key factor for the Artemis 2 mission. So
Yes.
shout out to you, go Jags, everything. But I don't know, man. It's like when it comes to space exploration, dog, I'm not with it. Like, how do you feel about
I
it? Like,
like space exploration. Don't get me wrong. I just hope that this shut up, the flat earthers and stuff like that. I'm just saying, like I just wanted them to shut them people up. That's what my main concern was. I was like, look, there's a live feed via YouTube that's showing them up there looking back at us, and you can see this.
I saw Earth's ass from the front. You basically can see that motherfucker is not flat. We ain't got
Exactly.
no Taylor Swift. The Earth does not have any Taylor Swift action going on right now. Like
Yeah,
there is no flat ass Earth. All right, that shit is
I,
round like Meg.
I
All
just
right,
hope that all of the flat Earth people tuned in, so I don't have to ever hear this ever again in my life. And if you birth
absolutely,
a flat Earth
that's
kid,
true.
we're gonna have issues. Like it's that simple. If you birth a flat Earth kid, we're gonna have issues after that because you can see it.
Like
It's documented.
it's
But
right there.
it's right there. It's right there. Now, as you guys at home can see, Price, Rob, why do you have your mock draft shit back up again? Well, I gotta tell you, me and Rob went through this one time, and certain circumstantial things that have happened in the NFL have changed.
This whole thing like free agency, you know.
Yeah. And it kind of changed how we viewed certain things,
Mhm.
including one quarterback who I feel like has been making off like a thief in the night with money for quite some
Mm.
time.
Who would that happen to be?
It was a guy who y'all once had at one point. And then this guy went to he was from Washington to Minnesota to Atlanta, and now he's in Oakland. His name is Curtis
No,
Cousins.
no, he is not in Oakland.
Oh, my bad. He's in Vegas. My bad, Vegas. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, Oakland, to shoot y'all in the heart. My bad.
I was like, they ain't been there in a little minute.
He's
Which
in
look,
Vegas.
as a person that still calls them the San Diego Chargers, ever so often, that is a very easy mistake. There is zero judgment coming from that. Like I
Ah,
call them motherfuckers San Diego Chargers to this day.
and we have to say this. How the hell did he get this money? Again,
So it's crazy, dog. But
you can't
I will
reason with
go
that
ahead.
shit again. It look, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. Well, no, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, god damn it. Somebody need their ass whooped now. Because this is getting out of hand.
I,
That he
I,
keeps
I,
getting money and you're acting like there was nobody else to pick to give money. I'm not ranking how good the other guys are. But you're acting like there was nobody else that you could have gave money to come be a mentor, a secondary option, something. And
so
he gets it.
right now, the available free agent quarterbacks at
Mm-hmm.
this current moment: Aaron Rodgers,
Mm-hmm.
Russell Wilson,
Mm-hmm.
Tyrod Taylor, Cooper
Mm-hmm.
Rush,
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Garoppolo, Brandon Allen, Terry Bridgewater, which I thought he signed somewhere, but I guess Teddy Bridgewater had not. But according to Spot Track, these are the available veteran, or at least the main ones that you guys have probably heard of, veteran quarterbacks that essentially are out there. So you're absolutely correct. Like I would have rather had Russell Wilson, even though I think Russell Wilson is fairly cooked. I don't think he's as cooked as Kirk.
I think Russ could give you. So, first of all, I'll say this. The Giants played Russ, and Russ had one bad game, and then they hurry up and pulled him. Granted, it worked out
Mm,
with Jackson Dart because it could have easily went south, and you would have took his rhythm from him.
mm.
We're talking Russell Wilson was an elbow tap away from giving the Cowboys. You might have gave Jerry Jones a coronary that night. I don't know. That might have worked out in their favor
Oh,
if he
he
would have.
was busting their
Oh
ass.
yes, he had a bad game and they pulled him. I probably would have took Russ before I would have took Kurt because for one, I think Russ would have took less money because he
Hmm.
would have known the situation. Two, you get a guy who you know is fairly, even though he's older, he's not an injury prone guy. He can throw the deep ball.
Hmm.
He can play. Okay,
Hmm.
he can flat out play. But you go get Kirk Cousins.
Right. Correct.
Just make
It,
it
I,
make sense, football. Jesus.
I would have rather had Tyrod. Like I would have rather had a bunch of quarterbacks before I would have rather had Kirk. I mean, fuck, Aaron Rodgers is flailing out there with the Steelers. Like it's been a lot of like, will they, won't they, for whatever reason. I don't know why. Like for them. So I mean, why don't you go ahead and creep up with the wine from behind and go get Aaron Rodgers? Like if you want to go that route, like because okay, so overall, if y'all haven't heard, Kirk Cousins basically signed for a 5-year, $172 million deal with the Raiders. Which, to be clear, the way that the deal is structured, the way it's been broken down, as far as I think it was either Tom Pelissero or Ian Rappaport from NFL Network. Essentially, it's like a 1-year deal that's like $20 million. Like it's a lot. It's a deal that's full of like offsets
Yeah.
and salary, this mumbo jumbo.
And
So essentially,
team
like,
options and
yeah,
if performance stuff. It's a lot that's there. But
yeah,
God, even at 1 year, $20 million. Okay, I think I could have got away with going offering Russ 15 and
yeah,
saved 5.
yeah. Or just basically pay Russ 10. Because the thing about it is like, and I know people argue with me about this when I was on Blue Sky. It was like, well, Kirk Cousins not going to be the starting quarterback. I'm like, for $20 million, he fucking is. Like, if you basically
He
if it's
better.
a foregone conclusion that Kyler Murray is the starting quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings, I don't see how it's not a foregone. And that was for like the veterans minimum. I don't see how it's not a foregone conclusion that Kirk is going to be the week run starter at the Raiders, because you don't bring him in at $20 million just to be a backup. Whether you're talking about, well, he's going to be the backup eventually or what, he's coming in to be the starter. Like, you're not going to pay him that much money for 1 year, even if you got the rookie quarterback, because you still have, granted, they got cap room, they got some, well, they have less cap room now because of with Max Crosby coming back.
Yep.
So you don't really have a ton of flexibility at this point, even though you did get put in a whole bunch of signings. You still got the draft. And so you don't have a ton of flexibility. And so when you don't have a ton of flexibility, bringing in a quarterback that you're going to basically have as a backup for $20 million ain't it.
Is
Even if there
at
are the
all.
offsets and everything like that. Like like somebody said, like, oh man, like this is just what the cost of doing business for a backup is now. $20 million ain't for a backup.
Hell no.
Like it's about 10, 15. It ain't no 20. Like 20 is what Malik Willis is getting for Miami to be the starter. He's not coming in to compete for the starting role with the
This is
Dolphins.
his
And
job.
yeah, that's his job. And so I'm not saying that Fernando Mendoza is not going to play this year, but it's like I don't think he's playing week 1. I can't see him playing week 1 if you basically bringing in Kirk for that much money. Because you could have got a Tyrod who knows what his role is, because his role has been continuous almost throughout his career, as far as coming in where a rookie basically got drafted to be that starter as a lame duck to basically go ahead try and get that next role somewhere else.
Yep.
Tyrod knows that. Cooper Rush is another guy who's a decent backup that basically can be that lame duck quarterback. You could have had that in somebody else instead of blowing out the bank for Kirk, so to speak, at least. That's why that part I don't understand.
I will never understand it. And on top of that, this is what I'm gonna say. Kirk getting his money.
Oh, he
I,
always going
I
to get
I
money.
just don't understand how this keeps happening though. Like I'm Kirk agent, I need you to send me an email or something to let me know how you make this happen for your client all the time, because it is amazing that every time we turn around, he has a deal and he's talking money, and it's like, what are you telling them? What are
It's
you telling
it's
them?
it's almost like chivalry. And I know this is gonna be this is one of those kind of weird things that I say I don't care. But like it's one of those things of it's done because we're used to it being done. Like we're used to Kirk Cousins getting these crazy ass contracts because he's always gotten these crazy ass contracts. Even if you basically go back to him with Washington where he's getting tagged and getting that crazy money there, granted those were like consecutive 1 year deals, but
Yep.
it was still a lot of money for a person that people don't think is that really good of a quarterback. Even though he is a starting NFL quarterback, he's not as much that now coming off an Achilles and being much older. Like
Yes.
he's 1 foot into the
Retirement.
and see to the CBS commentary booth. Like he's about there, but like it's one of those things like we just know that hey, Kirk Cousins is going to get a bunch of money because Kirk Cousins has gotten a bunch of money before. It's a standard. It's a precedent that's already been set. So we just instead of just saying, you know what, let's go ahead and go away from it. Not saying we should go away from chivalry or anything like that, but it's something that's a standard that's just been set in place for so long, and people just know to do it because that's the way it's always been done.
Yeah.
That's the thing with Kirk Cousins. It's like we just know that he's going to get paid because he's gotten paid before, and he'll get paid again. And also, I remember talking to somebody about this on Blue Sky, saying that well, Kirk Cousins, I think it was David Mack 90. I think shout out to you, homie. But like it was like I remember because it was about Malik Willis when he was trying to get 30, and I was like, and he brought up Kirk Cousins. I'm like, Kirk Cousins ain't ever get no motherfucking real money again. Lo and behold, Grant is
Prove you
like,
wrong.
hold my goddamn martini. Like they were like, we will break that bank for that nigga. So it's one of those things. It's like it's just a standard. It's just Kirk Cousins gets that money. That's what it is.
Hey, fish gotta fly, birds gotta swim. Kirk gotta get his money.
God damn it.
So,
Excuse me.
with that being said, let's get to it. We're gonna kind of speed run ish this draft,
Yeah.
but we know whenever we start this clock right now, we know Fernando Mendoza is going
Yeah.
number one.
So this is draft. This is our mock draft 2.0. If you want to see 1.0, check our Instagram, check our Blue Sky. We posted it on there as far as the results. Then I'll do a quick recap for y'all just because we got a little bit of time too. But essentially, we did already have this draft before, and like Nate said, we're gonna speed run it again just because it's like you know we can. It's the day, it's the season, it's the all the things. Like we just want to basically make sure we just give you a little bit of a recap, and I have done enough basically wasting time. So the number one pick we had was Fernando Mendoza.
Yep.
Number two, Sonny Styles. Number three, Francis Maligal.
Okay,
Four
so
was
so
Ruben.
so tell me this: are we gonna fill in with the ones that you're throwing out?
No. So
Okay.
so okay. So I would say,
Hmm.
are you still want to go Sunny Styles number two?
I think so.
So because I was thinking, I'm actually more on the side of because I think we were talking about it before Arvell Reese. Um, I think that they're gonna want that pass rusher. They did trade away Jermaine Johnson, and for Tavante Sweat.
Okay, so you think that they might go?
I think they go Reese instead of
All right.
Styles.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then where we think Arizona is gonna go.
So before we picked Francis Maligal, I think they continue with that.
Okay, so we're gonna say that they're gonna go with the tackle again.
Yep.
Okay.
So with
Titans.
this one, we said Ruben Bain.
Mm-hmm.
I am going Jeremiah Love.
So you think that they're gonna go and get a running back now?
Yes, I think they're going to want to get as much offensive power as they possibly can for Cam Ward. They didn't really do much with free agency, didn't really do much to improve their roster on the offensive side. I think this is where they do it.
Okay, 5.
So with 5, we picked Carnell Tate last time. I'm thinking Caleb Downs here.
So you think they're gonna go safety?
Yeah, what you think?
It's a possibility. I can see them going safety. They are still decent at wide receiver.
Yeah.
I can see that. So we can go with Caleb Downs.
Right, granted, we don't know what Malik Neighbors is going to look like coming back, but
Sure.
yeah, I think they're going to be fine.
Sure. Now, Cleveland.
So Cleveland, last time we said Mekhi Lemon. With this go around, am thinking this is actually going to turn out to be Monroe Fielding out of Georgia. I think they're going to go tackle. I think they're going to try to improve that line before, trying to just basically set the infrastructure, get that down before they try and go get like who their quarterback is.
Okay. Now Washington. Are we going to go Carnell Tate here?
I go Carnell Tate here.
Yeah. I felt like I was like, I don't think he's gonna make it past 7. They need offense. Yeah. Jaden Daniels needs a wide receiver. Now, correct. Saints.
This is where I think David Bailey goes. I think David Bailey gets drafted here as the heir apparent to Cameron Jordan.
Okay. Now.
Well, yeah, I would say I want to hear your opinion on this. So last go around, we said that the Chiefs were going to pick Jeremiah Love.
Yes, and I kind of think that he still may be there, but I'll say this: if it's not going to be Jeremiah Love, I think that they're going to go Mekhi Lemon.
You go ahead.
I think that if it's not going to be Mekhi Lennon, then it has to be it's going to either have to be Ruben Bain, okay, because at some point Chris Jones is going to be going away, okay.
Yep.
And you got rid of one of your best safeties. You traded away one of your best safeties. You got picks. Are you going to go Ruben Bain? Are you going to go crazy on defense? Because at some point, like I said, Chris Jones has to go away. Or are we going to go get Pat another weapon?
So I was actually thinking that it was going to... So the pick that I thought, because you're right, they traded away best safety, but they traded away also the best corner in Trent McDuffie. I thought they were going to go Mansour Delane.
Ooh, LSU. that would be a good pick for them.
So, but I do agree. I do 100% agree with you when it comes to Ruben Bain. I think they're gonna need somebody that's gonna be a disruptor. Granted, like Chris Jones is more interior line, Bain is more on the outside, but they're gonna need at least enough disruption from that team, like from that line, to basically still contend with that West. Like with the good quarterbacks that they got out there, or at least with the good quarterback, the couple good quarterbacks are still there. But no, I was thinking that they're going to try to go corner and try to fill that block this go round instead of waiting a little while. But I can go either way on that.
You know what? Let's go corner. Let's do something wild. Let's put up Mansour up there. Okay, now Cincinnati, I will always say y'all need a lot, but what are you thinking? Sonny Lane? Well, Sonny Styles?
I say the Sonny Styles, Ruben Bain. So I basically had Ruben Bain being here, but I can go either way on that one too. It's gonna be somebody on the defensive part of the ball. I
would think that they would want to go defense, but then part of me wants to say that they might go for a guard because I don't know how many more years this man can run for his life. At some point, he has to be able to play on his feet, okay?
Yeah. So you think they're going to go, was it Iowa?
Yeah, they could go Iowa. Because Cincinnati, I don't think Joe Burrow's feet outside of the off season get a chance to rest. Okay? Because I think as soon as the season begins, his body probably goes into ticks and shakes of my feet need to move, and I need to figure out how to
like he
I
wake up in
think
cold
he
sweat.
yes, like I think he wakes up, and if you throw him something, he goes hike and his feet moves, and then he boom. If it's in his right hand, it's flying. If it's in his right hand, it's flying. And I think that's because he's going through. He's getting warmed up for the season. He's like, I'm not gonna have much time to throw the ball. I need to be ready. Anything he touches my right hand, I get my foot movement down. I need to let it fly.
I think that's true.
I think that they may need to go IO to give him something, just something.
Yeah, yeah. I'm good with that. I'm good
Okay.
with that.
Now we know Miami just picked up a quarterback. So with them picking up a quarterback, I'm thinking that they have to go down here and maybe go McCollum.
So my only hesitation on Lemon is that when I looked at like his stuff, he's more of like a slender guy, like smaller guy, and I could be wrong. Like it's just what basically said. I think they're gonna want to go big at wide receiver. This is where I was thinking like Jermon McCoy to basically like because they've been having a hard time keeping a goddamn corner, and like and they've been, and I think this is where they try to at least is here. But I could go with either way, Lemon or
you know what? Let's go corner. We'll see what happens. What else they do? They may pull off a trade. They may pull off a trade to see who else.
And to be real, like I think a few of these teams, because I ain't really good at trades, like mock day trades, but like I think a bunch of these teams gonna try to trade down.
Okay, now being that we done made it to 12, I think Ruben Bain has to go here. Yeah, Dallas has to replace what they lost.
Yep.
Dallas has to replace what they lost. Dallas, you have to unless the rumors are true and you might make a play for Max Crosby. I think you have to go Ruben Bain at this spot.
Yep. I agree.
Okay. Now we're looking at the Rams. Wide receiver, they're gonna need a tackle. They're gonna need a linebacker. Do you think Sonny Styles goes right here?
I was thinking if they're going to go, let's go Sonny Styles there. I was thinking between Sonny Styles and Fano.
I'll say Sonny Styles. I don't think that he drops outside of like 15, 14 for sure. He wasn't going past 14. I think that the Ravens were going to grab him.
Yeah. See, that's if the Cowboys didn't grab him too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Now we get to the Ravens. Where do you think they're going now?
That's where I go Fano.
Okay, so they're going to shore up their line. They're going to make sure. Tampa Bay.
I had Akeem Mesidor here, so I went back and forth between Akeem Mesidor and Sadiq, but I'm gonna go with Mesidor for this one.
Yeah. Jets.
I think they need pass rush. For you said Jets.
Mm-hmm.
I got Avion Terrell. What do you think for the Jets?
Okay, so here's my one problem with the Jets. Who we looking at? They got Geno Smith at quarterback right now. Okay.
Yeah. I think Geno. Look, everybody really tried to jettison on Geno. I was like, Geno had one bad year in the last 3 or 4, and it was a dysfunctional year with that team. Like, if people are basically going to bat for Jalen Hurts and the fact that he had the year he had with all the chaos that he had, I think you can lend that much grace to Geno.
Okay, so right now we're looking at
because they do need receivers, so you could we could go Jordan Tyson, or who's still on the board?
We got McCollum and we got Jordan Tyson.
So I would say shit. Actually, no, I changed my mind. Let's go McCollum.
Give Geno somebody to throw.
They need offensive help. They really do need offensive help. So
okay,
I'll say Lemon.
Detroit.
Who we still got?
They need tackle. They need defensive line, linebacker.
I was saying Caden Proctor. I got Caden Proctor.
You got Caden Proctor.
Yeah.
At tackle, you think they'll take another tackle?
Yeah. I think they because I'm trying to think who they got on the right side, because didn't somebody just retire on the right side?
I can't remember for Detroit.
Or no, not the right side. The left side, because Sewell's on the right side. Let me look at this right quick. But no, I got Caden Proctor there. I think everything that I've seen is that they're going to go tackle, but I think that I think Caden Proctor is a really athletic tackle
Okay, well, let's
for
go
them to go
athletic
with.
tackle.
Yeah.
Okay, this is you guys. Where are you going?
All right. So I think he's still on the board. I had in my little mock draft, I think I had him going ahead. No, I didn't have him going ahead. Dylan Thieneman, the safety
Damn.
from Oregon.
So, okay.
They really want a safety. And as far as like the other positions, I saw in one of the other mock drafts they had Caleb Banks.
Mm-hmm.
The only hesitation that I think of when I think, because I saw Caleb Banks, I haven't really seen much of him playing at Florida, but I got a lot of like Sharif Floyd PTSD. And I think that's the thing about it is, and it's not Sharif Floyd's fault. His body just failed him.
Yeah.
But it was just like that was the last Florida like defensive tackle we took that had like some worth a damn kind of critiques to him, and he was a first rounder. So I think that they'll not want to do that. I think they're gonna go safety and not just trade down to basically get Lewis Seen instead of trying to get Kyle Hamilton. No, I think they're gonna try to actually get a safety high. So yeah. So boy, out of Oregon.
Okay. Now,
who's next?
Panthers.
Kenyon Sadiq.
Same thing. They finally trying to get a safety blanket.
Yeah. I think they need more offensive help. And I'm sorry, I haven't really, we ain't gonna worry about the other draft. I was gonna say like refresh like, oh, we did this in this draft, we did this in that draft. Nah, we just gonna keep on rolling.
Yeah. Now this is Dallas again. Now remember, we already went Ruben Bain.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in my opinion, since we already went with Ruben Bain, this is what I'll say. If CJ Allen is still there, I think you have to take either CJ Allen or you have to go Emmanuel McNeil Warren. Okay. And Terrell. Because if I'm Dallas, offense is not the problem. Offense is not the problem. If we take an edge, me personally, Avian Terrell is probably my pick. Because
go ahead. Sorry.
Who did we take last time?
We took Avion Terrell. that real shit. That's what I was saying. So I did a little mock draft. I did Caleb Banks here, and that's only because I took AJ Terrell with the Jets. So AJ Terrell.
Avian Terrell.
Because Avian Terrell's his brother. AJ Terrell's brother. I think. Don't quote. No, it is. It is, I think. But either way, I think Avion Terrell as well.
Because Dallas defense is your issue.
Yes.
You were scoring 30 points a game. You were just giving up 31. Yeah. I'm thinking if you get Ruben Bain, you create pressure, and now you have somebody to be there to be the disruptor of, hey, he's breathing on their neck. I'm going to sneak over here and get this ball. It's going to be a bad throw. Correct. Okay, now, the Steelers. So, I think here's the problem with the Steelers. I think the Steelers don't know where they want to be because they're in limbo behind a quarterback, okay? Now, as crazy as this might sound, I think it's a possibility if the Aaron Rodgers shit don't work out that they might try to get Russell Wilson back.
Which would be fucking crazy.
It'd
be crazy because, like, why wouldn't it work out between Aaron Rodgers and them? Like, it's been annoying. It's been like the most annoying relationship I've ever seen.
I'm gonna be real with you why I think it might not work out. I think Aaron don't know if Aaron wants to be in the league anymore.
And that might be true.
I think he doesn't know. I think in his mind, he's still discount double check. And he's not. He's more like cash saver Aaron. Like, I need you to take less money so I can do some other shit. Like
you said that motherfucker, the general.
Yeah. I don't need you. Look, we have to me, the worst decision that they made was giving up on Russ after he got hurt. You come in, it's whenever you bought in DK, to me it pointed to all signs of saying, okay, we're gonna give him another go. We're gonna give him another go. We bringing in somebody that knows him and knows how he throws the ball. And we're gonna put this guy across from this guy, which it was before Pickens left. I was like, oh shit, you got Pickens and DK, and you bring in Russ. It's like, oh, this might work out for them. They maybe could make a playoff run. And then all of a sudden, it's like, nah, get Russ out of here, get Pickens out of here. He goes show out in Dallas, and it's like, boom, blow this up, bring in Aaron, and it's like DK Metcalf disappeared as a receiver to us last year.
Yep.
People used to pick DK Metcalf and be like, this dude's a monster. He's a physical monster. He's fast. He can catch the ball. And he was not Donkey Kong. He was like, I don't know, something else.
He had pretty privilege. There's a level of DK Metcalf pretty privilege. What I mean is we had the body of it, but he didn't have the stats of like a number one receiver.
No, he didn't.
He looked the part of a number one receiver, just a big Megatron-esque dude, but man barely could get 1,000 yards in a season.
Yes. So, with that being said, what do we do? Because if we're not sure if Aaron is coming back, okay. So this is what I'll say. You could go Blake Miller.
Do you think so? They went first rounder last year. Like they went first round with Kelvin Banks last year. Do you think they go tackle again?
Possibly. Because
versus going like Jordan Tyson.
Nah, man, you could go Jordan Tyson.
Because I think the last go round we picked who was it? I think it was Concepcion. Yeah, it was Casey Concepcion. So we went wide receiver last time. And that was because I think we had Jordan Tyson going to 14 with the Ravens.
Okay, well Jordan Tyson can go here then. But I'm gonna tell you now. I feel like the Steelers put themselves in a bad predicament. You know, older people always say the grass isn't always green on the other side. I think this was a grass isn't always green on the other side type of move. You got rid of a guy thinking that I'm bringing in a better guy, and this guy didn't do any better. And we had the guy out there that knows the guy that we got rid of.
Correct.
And we just screwed all of this up.
Yep.
So maybe we try to go back and get that guy and give him and his guy a shot and see if they win. So it's one of those things. Now, this is going to be Los Angeles Chargers. Do we think, and I'm going to be real with you, do you think that they go Omar Cooper?
Because who they got a wide receiver right now? They got McConkey. I want to say Jerry Rice's son is still on the team, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make a quick Google search right quick. But like, I want to say he's still on the team, but like, because that wouldn't be a bad one to have Omar Cooper. They still got Quentin Johnston, still got Lab McConkey.
If I'm not mistaken, how old is Quentin Johnston right now?
Quentin Johnston is only like, this is his 4th year, so probably he's still in his early 20s.
Okay, and how old is Lad now?
He's in his 3rd year, so.
Okay. So maybe you either
and he brought back Keenan Allen.
Yeah, that's your old guy right there.
Right.
So are we gonna look to replace your old guy now for the future, or do we try to go guard? Do we try to go safety? We do look.
I was thinking safety.
Yeah, we do have Emmanuel McNeil Warren. They could go safety, help the defense.
I would personally say that, because I don't think that they need to go, because they got Tony Jefferson, but he's old, you know, like, and I think that they need more safety help than they need. They think they could wait a year to go get another wide receiver.
Okay. Now, the Eagles.
Eagles.
The Eagles have an A.J. Brown problem.
Who do they?
So So, with them having an AJ Brown problem,
Who? If they go wide receiver here,
he's getting
it
traded.
not just that, you have to trade him
Yes.
because that motherfucker will go nuclear if you go wide receiver. So, as an agent of chaos, I am into nuclear. Omar Cooper, come on down.
I'm gonna be honest with you, AJ Brown. I want to see you be a chief. I do, cause I think you with Pat them we might be Super Bowl incoming. But if they bring in Omar Cooper, we know that you're going somewhere.
You might have to have a knife fight with the Patriots because they've been eyeing that motherfucker for years.
Yeah.
Like
and I can understand.
I don't know how that hasn't happened yet.
And I can understand. Now, we're looking at Cleveland again, okay?
I'm gonna say, who do we pick the first time?
We just went earlier with Freeling. With Freeling at tackle.
Tyson.
You think so?
Because I don't. Okay, so like based off their needs, or at least according to this, they still need guard. Like they went and got tackle, or according to us, we got tackle. They still need wide receiver help. They got Jerry Jeudy. I want to say Bond is another one of their wide receivers.
So we're gonna go wide receiver again?
No, they didn't. We didn't pick wide receiver first. So like they picked Freeling. We went last go round we did wide receiver first.
Yeah.
And then we did Caden Proctor. So now that we did tackle first, I think this time we go wide receiver and they go Jordan Tyson. Or do you think Denzel wait, did we already pick Tyson?
Yeah, Jordan Tyson I want to say already went on now. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that we had drafted Jordan Tyson. Yeah, see? Steelers.
Oh yeah, sorry. Excuse me. Then they go wide receiver here, and it's either between Concepcion or Boston.
Or Denzel Boston. I want to say Denzel Boston probably might be the better pick for them. I think that's where they might go.
Yeah, let's go Denzel Boston.
Okay, now Chicago, the Bears. Okay, so look.
Bears.
So I'm gonna say this. The Bears, I think, have to take an interior offensive lineman to tackle. They have to take somebody who can probably play center.
Mm.
I'm thinking that we look in Emmanuel Pregnon. I'm thinking Chase. I'm thinking Rutledge. It's gonna have to be one of these guys.
Let's go Pregnon.
And then kind of sort of they're in the same boat. Okay, because now we get into areas where quarterback may not have the best line. Okay, Chicago. Buffalo's line is actually decent. Buffalo's line is decent. So you could make a case to say we haven't drafted C.J. Allen and this is where he goes.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go C.J. Allen.
Now, C.J. Allen, I think you may go way before that. It's a possibility. You and Sonny Styles, I could see people say, I like him a little bit better. Now, San Francisco.
Ooh. Let's see, who's still on the board? Like overall.
I'm gonna tell you now, I'm thinking that they're going edge. I'm thinking that they're going to amp up the defense.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that they're amping up the defense, bro. I do. And I think it's Keldrick Folk. Maybe Cassius Howell. Maybe one of those two. I think. Because I don't see the reason to go get... Yeah. because I was gonna say wide receiver, but they don't need wide receiver help. They could go Blake
Mm,
Miller. Only reason I thought wide receiver because of the debacle that you just had with Brandon Ayuk.
are you? Yeah,
Yeah, because I think that you thought that you were gonna have Ayuk for a long period of time,
boy,
and then that
blow
eighth,
just in the fucking wind.
yeah. So it could be some random shit happen right here at this pick.
Yeah, that's a fair point. So yeah, nah. Let's go Falk.
And go forward.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the Texans have a monster defense, okay?
Yes.
Their offensive line, though,
Booty.
Blake Miller.
So yeah, yeah. Let's go Blake Miller.
They need somebody to help protect this man.
Yes.
Okay. They need somebody. Now, it's back to me again. Now, if I remember correctly, I took a cornerback. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I think at this point, let me say this. Xavier Worthy, I've seen you working out. I've seen you doing your thing. But I'm ready to trade you in a way if you don't come
Oh
out here and put
really?
as a speedster, he's great. Okay. But I believe in the NFL he's gonna have to put on a little bit more weight and be durable. Okay.
Mm.
But Hollywood Brown walked away from us. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we're gonna need something extra. I don't think Travis got much left in the tank, but we got Noah Gray behind him.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we're gonna boost up draft conceptions. We already took care of some of the defense. This is our hey Travis, we know you about to go away.
Yeah.
We love you. Noah Gray is gonna take your spot, and I'm gonna add to this wide receiver core so Pat can play till he's 37, 38 years old. Okay. And I think that's how that goes with that. Now,
Yeah.
Dolphins, look, I'm gonna be real with you.
It's one of those things like they're a blank slate. They're a fairly like blank slate.
I
Like
think you
there's
have to go tackle because you got a quarterback now. I feel like
mm,
you have to build a line.
yes.
You have to
Because
build a line.
because the quarterback that they have, I don't think is like the long term solution. This he's more of well, we ain't got really much else to do now. We might as well just have something here, and let's take the guy that our guy, kind of like what Hein Bloom did with the Cardinals. It was just like I was at a spot and we had a lot of stuff that I liked. Let me bring my stuff over here, and then one of those stuffs was Billy Willis. You know.
Okay. Now, despite what happened, you cannot blame it all on our boy from LSU. What happened in the Super Bowl? Okay.
Go Tigers. No, not
Now, with that being said, I think Caleb Lomu is still going because
I. Go ahead.
I don't think New England is gonna want that to happen again.
So you gonna? I mean, do you think they're gonna bench him?
No, I think that they're just gonna add another tackle to the line. I
Yeah,
really
but
do.
well, the thing is, like, he was getting beat on one side, so it's like I don't know if they'd go another tackle. My thought was actually Caleb Banks. It was a different Caleb.
Because I was thinking maybe they move Will and then have somebody else come in and play that side. You never know.
Yeah, but
But
you don't want to. I was about to say you don't want another rookie to basically be on that side.
now Caleb Banks would be a good option though.
Yeah, because that's what I'm thinking. That even though like they still got what's his name, Barmore came on.
Yeah.
Uh, Milton Williams basically was really good this year. I just think that they I think, to be honest, I think they eventually trade that pick. I just don't know who they traded to, but that's my guess as far as who they go with.
Now, whenever we get to Seattle, I feel like you kind of had your pick of a lot of what's left. You can have a Cassius
Yeah,
Howell, a Caden McDonald, a T.J. Parker, a Peter Woods, unless you and I wouldn't think that they would do it because the next major running back is way down there.
yeah, they don't need to
So,
do it this early.
so I'm thinking you probably going with these guys. I'm gonna throw Cade McDonald because I've seen Cade McDonald for Ohio State. I think that that's probably their style of play.
Hmm.
Um, I think they probably go Cade McDonald. That's our new 32. That's how they finish this up.
Yep.
Just
So
accept it.
yeah, so we'll you can see it all right here. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll post it on our socials in case you didn't see it, but yeah, that's what we got right here as far as who we think is going to get drafted. And this is our 2.0. Like we don't know what's going to exactly happen. We still got at least a couple more weeks before the draft or a few more weeks before the draft. So
Yeah.
everything can change. Still could be trades. Depending on, because I think the pro days are all happening now and everything, and all the interviews and all that. So we'll see how everything goes. I have seen Ty Simpson going on in the first round. I don't quite understand it. It feels very much like Will Levis 2.0, where it's like a lot of people are talking themselves into this is the way this needs to be,
Yes.
instead of being like, hey, this guy is just a second round quarterback or not a day one quarterback. Like this guy is a guy that basically goes elsewhere because he's all right. He's not great. I think people are more talking themselves into Ty Simpson being a first round quarterback than Ty Simpson actually being a first round quarterback. So
Yes. Like I don't think that he's a first round quarterback.
like
In
none of
my
the,
opinion.
none of the teams I felt like could use a Ty Simpson
Yeah.
worth talking about.
Now, as we move on, um, one thing we must say. Look, let's talk a couple more things NFL, and then we're gonna get to this wonderful clip that I have down here looping. Um,
Tease.
Replacement refs are the NFL's heat check.
So, in case you guys haven't heard, the NFL has actually started onboarding replacement refs because they're currently having an issue with the umpire, not the umpire, the refs association, essentially, with the NFL. So they're having an issue. They're at a stall. They're at a stalemate for their collective bargaining agreement, and
Mm-hmm.
so they're talking about basically bringing in replacement refs. And if you guys don't remember what happened with replacement refs, and the reason why we don't have those refs anymore is because it was an abject failure,
Yes.
basically ending with a Monday night football game, basically kind of going like one going touchdown, the other one going incomplete on the last play. It was literally like the NFL god said, "This has to stop. Here's a way for it to stop." And so now that this money is on the line and gambling is bigger than what it's ever been because of the ability to basically be on your phone and just like put in a parlay. Replacement ref seems like an absolutely horrible idea. You need full-time refs. You need to pay them motherfuckers their money. No matter how you feel about refs, no matter how much you basically say these motherfuckers miss calls, those replacement refs were ass. There is no other way around it. They stunk. And
Yes.
so the fact of the matter that you're gonna basically bring in these refs to essentially referee these games, NFL just pay them people their money and go on about your way because thing is, if you had motherfuckers mad before, like the refs, you gonna have motherfuckers damn near just fall of society ish at the wrong time, where for society's damn near falling already. But like, nah, man, just pay them motherfuckers their money.
Pay him.
Pay them their money
It,
because we don't need that.
if anything that you want to clarify calls, it needs to be a meeting of all of the referees. They need to go out there on the field and make decisive areas. Hey, if this happens, this is a touchdown. If this happens, this is an incomplete. If anything, there needs to be more clarification of the rules for each ref that's put in place. Okay, well, not even clarification of the rules, situational playouts of, hey, if this happens, we're gonna call this like this, so it can be as consistent as possible across the board. Period, and not replacement referees.
Well,
Do you guys not remember the movie The Replacements? This is not Keanu Reeves coming out here and saving the day. In a bunch of hodgepodge of people coming out here winning a football game. Damn it, it's people betting money. It might be somebody's leg on the line. Okay, it's a movie reference. this this is not something that we need part timers for.
right.
Okay, and if you do, you can kind of throw me and Rob out there. I go out there.
Nah, cause I ain't threatening my motherfucking life.
Oh, y'all
Fuck
ain't gonna
that.
try
I,
me.
look. You try. You go ahead. Like, I look, cause look, my thing is like I wouldn't want to. It's like I can't remember if it was Hannibal Buress or Chris Rock who it was, but like it's like TSA. It's like TSA. It ain't like you go to school. It ain't like you born to be a TSA agent.
Yeah,
These motherfuckers aren't born to be referees.
yeah,
But
they not.
everybody basically gives them like they got the anointed powers from up high that they become referees, and it's like, no, man, like these motherfuckers are just humans that's trying to basically make the best decision with what they got. And y'all, nobody's that damn like forgiving about them. It's not. It's really not. And so I'm like, nah, man, I'm good. Y'all can take that shit. But the people that we have that's been doing it, they should be the ones that's doing it because
Yes,
they at least know it better, could do it better. It ain't like motherfuckers can referee from their couch, even though
that
they
we
feel
can't.
like they could.
We can't.
Now, if you wanted to pay me to referee from my couch, maybe at least I get a little bit more
Yes,
anonymity.
yes.
But nah, man, these people can't do this shit. Like, just pay these motherfucker refs their money.
Call us from the sofa. Then we got y'all.
Patent, patent that. Y'all see it here. Patent
We
it.
got this on lock, baby.
Caucus from the sofa.
We got this on lock. Now, one other thing that we do need to talk about, NFL wise, Jerry Jones, I need you to shut your old ass up. Okay. My mama taught me to
Overall,
respect. Yeah, she taught me to respect my elders. But you with this 18 games, I need you. Look, stop this. Get some help. Just leave it alone. Rob, do you think we need 18 games?
so according to so this is a quote from Jerry Jones, talking about the upcoming like league collective bargaining agreement. My interpretation of the 18th game will be less preseason games. I think that's great for the players. Emphasize great for the players. It increases the viability of the financial aspect. More gate, more money for the players as well. So and he was asked if this is great for players other than financial. He says the opportunity for them to get more exposure. I think it's a better application of their careers and talents. Less preseason, more playing in games that have the right balance of financial rewards as well as exposure. So this whole thing about because people have been railed against preseason games for the absolute longest. Like there has been this, especially it's really only with the NFL too. Like you don't really see preseason sport. You don't see like people saying, "Hey, we should have less spring training games." You don't see the NBA saying we should have less preseason games. You only see, "Hey, we need to have less preseason games in the NFL," and that's mainly because college doesn't really have any preseason.
Oh.
But but there is this whole thing about we just need more games. We need more games with stakes, and I'm like, we don't. We
At all.
really don't. Like we had it fine with 16 games. Like there was enough longing and there was enough like, okay, well, now we're done with that. We can move on to other things. It was like we had the preseason games where cats could kind of get their bodies ready, get to hitting other teams. Granted, they still do that with these scrimmages, but be that as it may. And I think from what I've heard, the coaches like the scrimmages because they have a little bit more control
Mm-hmm.
over the environment, and but it's just less whatever. So, but you have less time for that if basically I think you get rid of these preseason games.
Yes.
Be that as it may, I don't understand putting your top name players with more hits.
Yep.
He's saying like the cost benefit analysis of it is there's more money in it. Sure, you could basically sell those games. You can't really sell a preseason game like that, and those cats don't really get paid for preseason games.
At all.
But they also don't play in those preseason games as much, so it's less wear and tear on the body. All I'm saying is more ain't better. Like more is not going to basically give us a much better product. The product that we have, I think, is going to be as good as it's going to get. We still get a ton of injuries. Week 17 or week 18 looks like a motherfucking mash unit for most teams, except for like that Sunday night game where they have to flex to basically bring the best game out of the fucking dead pool that is the NFL season.
Yes.
It's still just to a point of like, we don't need more games. We don't need more hits. We don't need more bodies. The NFL is going to kill itself. They don't want they have this suicide mission of we need to basically make as much money as possible right now instead of having the viability of these stars being for the long term. Granted, you have quarterbacks that are playing longer. Of course, you got Aaron Rodgers, you had Phillip Rivers coming back out. Like you've had NFL players play for longer times. But it's the thing about it is they can only take so many hits.
Yes.
It's still to where most of the league is on the fucking minimum. And you just don't need it to be to where you're dampening your own product for the sake of a few more dollars in pockets. There's got to be a level of cost benefit analysis of just because we can doesn't mean we should. And I think that the NFL is going to learn that the stove is hot when it's too late because they're trying to basically put in too many games for these guys to have too many hits. And then gonna basically bitch about we ain't got nobody left, and it becomes the Eric Andre fucking meme, where it's like, well, what happened? Like with the gun in the hand, or pow pow pow. So yeah, NFL is gonna kill itself because it wants to make some money. It's like fucking Don't Look Up all over
again. Okay, so now this is the one that I have been the most ready to talk about this episode. So. Cal Riley, Josh Naylor, J.P. Crawford. What all do they have in common from last night? Not that they're Seattle Mariners, but they all got robbed by Joe Adele.
A robbery?
At the fence 3 times.
Threats. Same game.
Same game. That's what's even more crazy. Now, back in the day, I don't know if some of you know Joe Adele's struggles until he became like a Gold Glove nominated guy in 2024. But yesterday was peak Gold Glove performance. If they gave out a Gold Glove for one game, it was his. It was his. It was his. It was his. No matter. Nothing else happened across the league. Nobody made plays like he made last night.
Yep.
He saved runs off of the board that was just exquisite. Okay? And it was so exquisite that I have to go ahead and show you this. So we'll go ahead and we'll rewind this. And first one, boom.
Yep, Kyle
Riley's bagged up.
Ooh. Snatched.
And then boom.
All right. There's Josh Naylor. Ooh, that's a motherfucking moonshot.
Nah,
too.
That one I thought it was going. And then boom. Again.
Boom. Again.
Nah, I was like, you can't be serious. I was like, Crawford's got this.
These some motherfucking nice ass shots. This was the best catch though. Baby. And got the pose to it. Like, play the trumpets for that man. This is in the 9th inning too. J.P. Crawford cannot believe it because he shouldn't believe it. Like that was a homer.
I want you to see this. I would have probably had a similar face. I'd be like, "It's no way in hell that happens."
J.P. Crawford is all of us.
Yes, he is all of us right now. Because let me tell you something. At first, they wanted to call that a home run because he fell into the seats, but he came up with it. And
Yep.
whenever he came up with it, I was like, yeah, go ahead and give him Gold Glove Player of the Night. This was one of those, if ESPN still did their top 10 of the night.
Mm. Man
Sorry.
of the match. Like he did the damn thing,
He-
and the
he
game was
did it.
1-0. So think about the fact that man stole 3 home runs.
3. This easily could have been a 3-1. I think it was 3-1. I don't think anybody was on the base for any of them. But I think it would have been a 3-1, and it would have been all home runs, which is crazy.
Just nuts. Like this is one of those like tungsten. Like this is a reverse Tungsten O'Doyle like thing when it comes to Shohei Ohtani's like where he hits like 400 or he hits like 8 400-foot home runs, and then it's like they still lose like 9-8 or some shit. No, man, this is actually he stole 3 home runs and they won 1-0. Like Joe Adele,
Crazy work. Crazy
awesome.
work. Definitely like man of the night last night. Easily. That was light work for him. That was light work for him. Now, NBA. Okay. So, Rob, let's talk a little NBA, bro. Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get us up out of here because we don't need this anymore. We don't need that anymore. We're gonna go ahead and lower ourselves down a little bit and go ahead and get us into the right position for you guys, and bam, we're gonna finish the show.
So as the elevator went down, I got a question for y'all. And this is something that I just thought about like a few days ago because I was thinking about the stars and the NBA looking for a new star.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think LeBron James would be a star if he didn't dunk? Like, do you think that he will be called, like, let's say all the stats remain the same. Let's say everything remains with all the accolades, everything. Do you think LeBron James is a star if he don't dunk?
Yes.
Like if he's an above, if he's a below the rim player, you think he's a star?
Yes.
You think so?
We're looking at one right now.
Oh no. Think about what LeBron James is to the league, though.
Oh yeah, I know. But we're looking at one right now, and I think that he would have the same effect. Because
But he doesn't.
Well, this is what I'll say. We look at LeBron because he has the numbers, and the numbers are amplified now.
Mm-hmm.
Is he my number one pick? No. But has he been the guy that's been the guy in the league? Yes. And I know it's a debate of, I've heard people say, has LeBron James had an error, or has he just survived different errors? I can see the argument from both sides, but I'll say this. He's played the longest at a high level.
Right.
And him and Kareem are the two to do this, because Vince had a long career, but Vince didn't play to the end of his career at a high level.
Right.
So that's where it's like, okay, same thing with KG. I want to say KG had like 19 years in something like that, and he wasn't, he's not doing what LeBron has done. Granted, KG was a bigs, usually have knee problems and stuff like that, which is, fine. But LeBron has continually done what he's done for so long. I think he'd still be a star, Rob. I think the only thing that could ever affect LeBron's career, if it was to change about him, would be the things that kind of saved his career. Which I mean is like the Ray Allen shot, the Kyrie shot. I think if those get missed, then we looking at him like, this dude is really, really, really good, but he's only won 2, and he's had all of these opportunities, which is still kind of the same narrative that he has right now, which is why I think, personally, that's why he stuck around so long in the league, because he said, you know what? I know that I can't catch 23 with what he did, but I'm going to go beat everything else, and I'm going to go beat Kareem, and I'm going to get this, and I'm going to finish top this, and I know I'm not going to catch I'm not going to catch John Stockton in assists, but I'm going to be up there top, how many ever, and I'm going to be up there with rebounds and points and everything else. Because I saw a thing where somebody was like, LeBron is a pure scorer, and I was like, he's not a pure scorer. I was like, they've done the math on this. You don't have to be the purest of scorers to go get that record. You just need to hold 25 for a long enough period of time. And I don't think we realize this. You know, if LeBron decides to stop after this season, KD might catch him. Yes, I'm gonna explain for the regular season points. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
You know why? Go look at KD. KD is a constant 25. He's a constant 25. Yes.
But KD has to basically get like, I want to say like 23 for like the next like 8 years or some shit like that. And he's in
it's roughly 20. He scores roughly about 2,000 to 2,500 a season.
He's in year 18.
Think about how KD plays.
He's in year 18.
Think about how he plays, though. It's one thing that Father Time. What do we always hear about boxers? What's the last thing to go?
The ego?
No, the power. The power.
Okay.
The power is the last thing to go. Okay. What's the one thing basketball players? They say basketball players the shot. It's the shot for the basketball player. Once his shot leaves him, he has nothing else. That's been his bread and butter forever. That's gonna be his thing. I forgot who he was talking to, but he was talking about chasing that record. And if anybody had an open shot at getting close to it, or even just getting close to it, it would be him.
Okay, but
I'm telling you, we may not think of it like right now. LeBron is 41, right?
Right.
KD is 37. If LeBron stopped after this season, there's no more points to be gotten right now.
Okay? Right.
KD might try to make that run.
I don't think KD, he could try to, but I think that the amount of points that he would have, I gotta look it up because like the amount of points I think he would have to get in order to basically eclipse. Like I think he had to play at least like 8 more years. It was something like, I don't think there's enough time for him to, because this is like I said, this is year 18.
Look,
so
hold on.
Look. Him doing.
LeBron is at 43. He's at 32. Okay. Then you're looking at, let's pull him year by year. Let's see. I would check Houston. Because I want to say he's right around 2,000 a season. Let's see, I might have to go. Okay, so look. The last few years, as long as he's around, let me see if it got games played. As long as he's around 70-something games, right now, he's at 1909. Okay? Mm-hmm. Mathematically, and we're talking pure mathematics here. This is just the math. He played 62 last year and got 1,600, okay? He played 75 the year before and crossed 2,000, right? And we're talking purely mathematics. If LeBron was to stop by the end of the season and KD was to play till he was 42, 43, he could catch LeBron.
But he has to
season. He could catch him.
But you're saying that he has to basically, okay, let me go back to KD. Because the thing is, what I'm thinking is, like, you're saying that not only that he has to basically play, but he has to play at the level that he is right now for the next 5-6 years.
Yes.
And continue that.
Yes.
That same pace. That's untenable, dog. Because LeBron is falling off right now.
Yeah, but LeBron is falling off because LeBron's skill set has kept him here. See, what we fail to look at is this. Whenever LeBron had those sporadic games a few games ago where he was balling out, LeBron was getting to the goal at will. Okay? KD is going to shoot his way there. It ain't running to the goal. It's the scalpel versus the sledgehammer again. Okay? We know that LeBron's body is failing him because he's been running to the goal his entire career. It's
Hmm.
just like I heard somebody. I was listening to well, not Mello. Um, that's to the Baja. They were talking about who was the better guy scoring wise between Mello and KD.
Hmm.
Okay, they were using those two, and
Hmm.
I remember thinking he was like Mello got this and this and this, and I was like, all of that is very true, and Mello probably is a better rebounder than KD. But if we talking, I need him to go get this. I think KD might edge him slightly in some areas. It was just like the post up game thing. I was like, oh, Mello had a really good back to the basket game. The only problem is KD's fucking 6'11".
Hmm.
He's literally 6. And to be
He's
honest
7
with
foot,
you,
really.
yeah, I was about to say, to be real with you, I think that motherfucker 7 foot and they just shaving an inch off and they
Yeah, yeah,
lying
no,
to us.
no, that's built out of KD's own insecurities, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But I do think that if he wanted to play, and I think if he decided to really chase this, I think he would be the one old guy that stood a chance of, if not catching it, getting close. Because I don't think Steph started too late with his point barrage because of him not being the number one guy in Golden State and stuff like that. And then by the time he really got going, he was middle to going the late 20s. You know?
but but okay. So how many points you said he had to basically? You said he had to have
So
25 a game.
so yeah, which is right where he's at. Even
Yeah,
old KD's getting 25 a game.
but his point total has basically dropped the last 3 years,
But
and
that's because of games played though.
but he has to play those games. He has to
This
play a
is
lot
true.
of games.
This is true. But he played 75, I think, not last year, but year before that. And I think he's played another 74. He gonna play 75 again this year.
He played 74 this year, or say he played 70.
Yeah.
He's gonna play 75 this year. He played 62 last year. Played 75 the year before, and then before that 8, 39, 47. But that was a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, you're saying that this man has to keep up a pace while his body is going, while he's also basically going down in stats.
How much has he really? A point? Not even a whole point?
I mean, okay, so he's 27. Okay, so let's go. Let's take it back from 22. So 22, he was averaging 29 a game.
Yep.
2023, he's averaging 27 a game. 27.1.
Yeah. Okay, that was part of that was trade. 20,
No,
you
23,
talk
24.
23,
No,
20.
so the 22, 23, in the full season, he averaged 29.1 a game.
Yeah.
In the 23, 24 season, he averaged 27 a game.
Well, his
In the
hold up. Where are you
that was
looking
full
at it? Where are you looking at it?
I'm on Basketball Reference.
Because see, the 22-23 season should have 2 there because he was Brooklyn and then Phoenix.
Right, but I'm
There
saying
you
the in total was
okay.
29.1.
Okay.
Yeah. So at full time with Phoenix, he's 27.1.
Mm-hmm.
The next year was another full year with Phoenix. It's 26.6.
Yeah.
This year is 25.8.
Yeah.
So he's going to have, so even if you say like he's going to get to 25 next year,
Mm-hmm.
how many games is that going to be? And it looked like from last year to this year, his 3-point percentage dropped as well. So if you're saying that he's going to have to shoot as well, it seemingly goes is that his 3-point percentage is going down. It went from 43 last year to a little like about 41 this year.
Yeah.
So, like I said, he's regressing the way that the human body is supposed to regress from, year 17 to 18.
Yes and no.
Or really, period.
This is what I'll say about that. We're looking at it and we're forgetting the outlying factors on why he's going down. Houston doesn't have other 3-point shooters like that. So he's the lone 3-point shooter. So he's going to get contested more because people are going to lock on to him more. Okay. Because they ain't got nobody over there because that's my biggest complaint.
Reed Shepherd.
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, yes.
That's it. And then the other thing that I look at is who is he surrounded by? he had a couple years. It was him, Booker, and Bradley Beal, which I knew wasn't
He
gonna
got
work out.
Sengun.
But yeah, but now he has Sengun, he has Amin, he has Reed. But most of those guys are drivers and
Fred
inside
Van
the
Vliet's
point.
supposed to come back next year.
Lord knows if he'll come back.
Yeah, yes, granted.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. But I think if there was an old guy who had a chance to catch him, it's gonna be him. Now, with that also being with me saying that, I don't know if there's a younger guy who could try to play long enough to catch this because of all of the younger guys with having injuries right now
yeah.
and how many times they've gotten injured. Because I remember at one point, I don't know if it was me and you who talked about it, about maybe
Mm-hmm.
Luka making a run for it.
Mm-hmm.
And hamstrings scare me, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Hamstring injuries, I'm not gonna say that they're worse than than like the Achilles and the ACL, but I'll say this. Hamstrings scare me the most because if you ever been a professional athlete, that hamstring can be so iffy that it is ridiculous. I'm more worried for Luka now more than anything now with this
Yeah.
hamstring shit. I really am. I'm more
Yeah.
worried than anything for him because I'm sorry, LeBron, you ain't getting no ring.
Yeah, it's not happening, sure.
Visky, I'm gonna look at the camera. All of that talk you was talking the other night, y'all not going nowhere. But all in all, I'll get back to where we started at. I think
Yeah.
even if LeBron didn't dunk, I think he'd still be a star because he had the numbers.
Well, no, because here's the thing. Like, I'm seeing like with SGA, and I'm seeing with Jokic, two guys that are generally below the rim players. I think that they would be getting a lot more cachet and stuff because they don't have any highlights. There's no like there. I mean, granted, Jokic got the highlights where it's like the great passes and everything like that, but and like the crazy acrobatic shots. Kind of the same thing with SGA, but it's just like I think there's something to like dunking. There's something to
It is
basically
it is
it's like the
excitement
long
to
ball.
dunking.
It's like chicks dig the long ball.
Yeah,
It's like there's a level of like Shaq, for example. If Shaq was like a below the rim like player, even if he has all the moves and everything like that, I think there's less that basically people would talk about if basically he did not bam it on motherfuckers. If he didn't have the crazy ass dunks that we basically can always look back to, it's one of those things where it's just like it gets the people going. Like
yeah,
with LeBron, he had the tomahawk dunks and he had everything like that. Where and like the chase down blocks, it's been a lot
yeah,
of crazy things that's been above the rim for him. That I think, even though I think he's 1A 1B when it comes to best player ever,
yeah,
uh, I think the thing about it is like if he didn't dunk, the same thing you say with Jordan. If we don't get like Mike, I want to be like Mike. Eric
yeah.
Jordan, I don't think we basically get that. I think you have to be the guy. You gotta basically dunk, and you
I
have
could
to
see it.
have some crazy ass dunks.
Yeah,
Like that's where Anthony Edwards would come in as far as like being the face, because A, he could talk his ass off, and B, he could bam it on you.
yes,
He
yes,
has
he can.
bam it on motherfuckers.
Yes,
You
he
gotta
has.
have that bam effect, and I think that the problem with SGA and Jokic, they don't have that bam effect.
Yeah, they don't have that super wild. Oh, he did that shit. That's crazy. Yeah,
What
they don't
the
have that.
thing is, they do,
It's
but
just
they
not the
have it.
form of a dunk.
It's not the form that we're like attest to. Like this is something that we love.
Yeah,
You know.
but I don't know. I think he still be there. Now,
Mm,
one more thing NBA that we got to talk about, and I think me and Rob are kind of on the same page with this one. Okay,
mm,
so Luka and them filing the extraordinary circumstances challenge.
yep.
First of all, this came from his contract, right? Was
No.
this a part of his
So
contract, or where did this come from, Rob?
okay. So within the CBA, there is an extraordinary circumstances challenge that essentially says that, and I'm trying to pull it up now, but essentially Luca can apply for extraordinary circumstances challenge, which let me see if I can find the actual verbiage of it. Um, it's like it's in the CBA to prevail in an extraordinary circumstances challenge in respect of a season, because this has to do with the 65 game rule, to basically be eligible for all NBA, the NBA awards essentially. It said that the player bears the burden of proving that due to extraordinary circumstances, it was impracticable for him to play in one or more of the regular season games that he missed during such season. He would have satisfied the award eligibility criterion set forth in section A1 above if he had played in every game that he missed due to the extraordinary circumstance, assuming that he would have played 20 minutes in each such missed game. So because Luka played 64 games and he
Mm-hmm.
just got hurt, where he's going to be hurt for the rest of the season, which is making him ineligible for those awards, they're trying to basically say that because of the injury, he won't be able to play. And because of that, it's an extraordinary circumstance to say that he wouldn't have been playing, because he would have, for all intents and purposes, played the next game and played 20 minutes the next game. Where I basically am not liking this is because every player can basically say that. Ant could basically say that because Ant is now ineligible for any of the awards. I
Yes.
think there's a few other players that are. Cade, I think, is one of the other players that's
Yeah, I think so.
ineligible for awards because of injuries. And so all these players can basically say the exact same thing, to say, I would have played if I wasn't injured, which basically makes the rule stupid, like we said early on.
Yeah.
It was unnecessary to basically add such a rule just because the NBA seemingly wanted to win a press conference and try to satisfy everybody, when it wasn't really that much of a problem in the first place. Like, there wasn't, like, I think somebody looked it up. Uh, the last player that basically didn't play more than like 50 games or 55 games was like Bill Walton. Like or 65 games. The only person that didn't play 65 games and won an MVP was like Bill Walton,
Yeah.
like way back in the day, like when he was playing for the Blazers. So isn't like some like really catastrophic thing that they really needed to add this rule for. You had motherfuckers going out here playing when they didn't need to play, and basically fucking them own self up for possibly the playoffs, because Luka, now his status for the playoffs is really uncertain, when that's really what this was all supposed to be for, or what every player tries to basically play to. So them passing this extraordinary circumstances challenge, if the NBA were to do that, I haven't really seen anything about it, if they will even take it up. If they do this, it's, you might as well get rid of it, or make the players like Cade and Anthony Edwards that were literally injured,
Yes.
make them give it, have it pass for them as well. It's only right.
Yeah. You can't give him this. If you give him this, and I'm gonna be honest, if you give him this, you have to open the door for Cade Cunningham, who was having a crazy season.
Correct.
And if you don't open the door for him and you give this to Luka, this is gonna, we gonna be right back at this CBA crap again.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be right back at it because it's going to trigger them about these. It's going to trigger all of this shit again with the money and the awards and the availability for Supermax. If you do this, we're about to start all of this over again because of one person.
Yep.
Okay? Do not give this to him because look, as horrible as I don't want to see Cade's season go to waste, you cannot give this to Luka. You cannot give this to Luka because I looked it up. Cade had played 61 games before he went down. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
he was destined to cross that 65 line pretty easy. Okay, because he's
Mm-hmm.
been out a while now. Okay, Cade hasn't played since the 17th of March. Okay,
Yep.
we're in the 5th of April now. Okay, he would have played 5 games. Well, 4 games between 9.
Yeah. Like you could make that case for so many different players because the thing was, it was they were trying to basically make it to where these cats were playing. Yeah, because he played 61 games this season. So it was like you could make the case that yeah, he would have played the 65 games. Because like you said, he hasn't played since
March 17th.
yeah, March 17th. So you're telling me that he would have sat out because the Pistons did get the number 1 seed in the East. But like you telling me that he would have sat out the last say 2 weeks and not played, or at least sat out enough game. Like say he got to 65, he would have sat out all those other games. Like he should basically be eligible for this as well. Like, and let me look up Anthony Edwards. I think he's not too far from it either. The thing was like they tried to make this rule so that cats would just not sit out games. Yeah, he played 60 games. The cats would not play like sit out games. So you got all these players that are literally this close to it as well, or not that much farther than what Luka is. Why don't you give it to all of them? If that's the case, and if you're gonna give it to them, why have the rule at all? It's one of those things like they made a dumbass rule to try and appease everybody, and it doesn't really help anything. It doesn't have. It makes everybody just look. Oh, how many games is he gonna play? Is he gonna come close? It's like no, we don't need that. It adds a storyline that is uber unnecessary for what the NBA is trying to do. Uber unnecessary.
Don't do this, NBA. If you give in the whole 65 game rule and all of the rules, which like govern supermax awards, all of this, you're gonna throw out all the crap that you put together,
Mm-hmm.
all of it, behind one person.
Yep.
One person.
Yep.
You can't NBA.
Or yeah, like either stick by what your rule is, or get rid of it. That's really all I'll say. Stick by it or get rid of it.
Yeah, you have to like make up your mind. Now, Rob, you know, me and you, we watch, we watch and pay attention to both sides of the college bracket. Women's and men's.
Mhm.
Um, ladies and gentlemen, if you were watching on April 3rd, 2 days ago, um, South Carolina beat UConn.
Beat that ass. Beat that
Okay.
ass.
And some people will say it was reffing and this, that, and the other. Look, UConn
Mhm.
lost. Okay. So,
Mhm.
now with that being said, Gino, me and Rob got a bit of a bone to pick.
You a hoe ass nigga.
There you go. There you go. He said it first. He said it first. And we're going to explain why. Okay? So look, Don Staley, after the game, hey, good game. All
Mhm.
of a sudden, you see Gino get a little mouthy. Dawn is a black woman. She ain't take none of that shit. She ain't let her kids mouth off to her. So
North Philly.
yeah,
North Philly
North
came out.
Philly. So look, North Philly came all the way out, and she had to talk to him. And Gino, I can understand you being mad because you was the guy. Y'all been running the game for a minute with
Mhm.
UConn. I can understand. You maybe felt like you got cheated, you got beat up a little bit, but you've been running the game for a minute, okay? Let's be real.
Kinda.
You'd
Yeah.
have been running the game for a minute over there on the women's side of things.
Yeah.
But to get into it with her is one thing. But then to get that BS apology that you gave and you wouldn't mention her name
Mm-hmm.
is where I gotta call you out, bro.
Yeah.
You can say, Dawn, I'm sorry. I was pissed.
You.
I was being a piss poor ass loser. Instead of just giving that backhand. This was a I'ma say I'm sorry because even though I know I was messed up, I don't want to say it, man. I'ma just
Yeah.
say I'm
Can,
sorry.
can I read the statement, bro?
Go right ahead.
All right. From Geno's Ariama. There's no excuse for how I handled the end of the game versus South Carolina. It's unlike what I do and or what our standard is here at Connecticut. I want to apologize to the staff and the team at South Carolina. It was uncalled for in how I reacted. The story should be how well South Carolina played, and I don't want my actions to detract from that. I've had a great relationship with their staff, and I sincerely want to apologize to them. Your staff, the staff didn't yell at you, or you didn't yell at the staff. You yelled at one person,
Yes.
and that was Don Staley. You didn't basically say like, "Oh, I'm gonna call all them out," even though you basically kind of intimated that during the halftime thing, where basically you're talking about your jerseys,
Yep.
your
I
players'
got a
jerseys got
kid with a
ripped,
rib
Start strong.
jersey. Yeah.
Yeah. So you didn't say the staff. You basically intimated the head coach. You've been basically making this an audience of one, but then you want to apologize to the whole staff without naming the head coach. The head coach that basically you got in a bitch fit about. Oh, I I was supposed to be talking to the head. Supposed to be talking to her and I waited for 3 minutes and she never came. Like, what kind of stuff is that? It's like, dude, that's really what you want to get all sensitive about? You've been playing this coach. You beat her in the championship game last year. Okay? You did that. It's not that you never met this coach. It's not that you don't know who this coach's name is. You didn't have the the singular decency to basically say her name. To say I'm apologizing to Dawn Staley. You didn't none of that. You wanted to basically start a fire and then walk away, which I can't say 100%. I can't understand. But the thing about it is, you don't even apologize to her by name. That's bullshit, dude. That is absolute bullshit. You can't say, "Hey, I apologize to Dawn Staley and her staff." You can't even say that.
Yes.
You can't even have the motherfucking decency to just say that singular statement. You know this. You old. Your old ass been here for a while. You got all the championships, you got all the accolades, everything. But there's something about, hey, I can't just say something to this coach. That's disrespectful. You know for a fucking fact of that. You know how this shit goes. You know as a person how that shit goes. But yet you don't want to name her by name.
So let's not
Why
only
not?
even do that. Let's go to what was said after in the post game. Let's double down on what he says, Rob, because if you read an article on ESPN, this is what else he said in the post game news conference. He was frustrated that he waited 3 minutes for a pregame handshake with Staley and said that he did not regret the comments that he made to ESPN's Holly Rowe during the broadcast, in which he lamented the lack of fouls against South Carolina and said that Staley rants and raves at the officials and calls the refs some names you don't want to hear. Okay, so I will say this. If she has called them things that they don't want to hear, why have we never heard that she's getting reprimanded for what she's told them?
Or what the fuck does that got to do with you? Like, honestly, like, this the first time you heard a coach basically talk about somebody? I think Dan Hurley said some shit similar to that before, or some. And I don't mean to say Dan Hurley's name because I want to say some coach said it, but it's like, it. What does that got to do with you? You saying like, oh well, the game cheating, like the game cheating is 10-time national championship, whatever. Got that undefeated season. The game cheating you. It's like, yeah, man, like get the fuck out of here, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Like you you basically showed your ass for no reason. For no reason at all. You got motherfucking Jamel Hill and Sage Steele basically aligning. This is literally like that picture of the Crips and Bloods with the tied up do rags together, like coming together. You gotta be something to basically make that coalition come into place. Like for them both to basically be like, why didn't you say her name? Come on, dude. Like you fucking know better, dude. And that's bullshit. It's a bullshit apology. Wasn't an apology because you couldn't even apologize to the person that you actually offended. And I hope she beat your ass like she really wanted to, like she said she was gonna do. Because when she said I'm gonna beat Geno's ass, I fucking believe it. Because I think she was ready to beat Geno's ass.
If not, he might have got jumped.
Oh, very much, very much.
he got jumped, it would have been one of them situations where he kind of deserved this. And I'd have been like, look, you
Stomp
asked
him
for
in
this.
his nuts. Stomp him in his nuts. Stomp.
I've been
Like,
like, Geno, you kind of called for this one. You should have left alone. You should have left well. You should have left well enough alone. That way we wouldn't be right here. You should have shook hands, been like, you got me, and then moved on. And just, I'll be back next year. You could have said something like that. I'll be back next year. You got it this year. You could have said something like that, and it would have been cool. And I wouldn't have thought nothing otherwise. Well, I wouldn't have thought nothing different about it. I'd have been like, damn, Geno got. Yeah.
yeah.
But it is what it is. But with that being said, Rob, do we have anything else to say today? We got it all. We got all the
Nah,
brand.
I think we got it all off our chest. Good night, Canada. Good night, Taylor Swift. Of course, again, happy Easter to all y'all. Hopefully, y'all did all the things, y'all Easter things, got the brunch, got everything going.
Yeah, you ate well. Let the kids get all the stuff in their basket and stuff.
Get the Easter egg hunts and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, we did the Easter hunt. We did the Easter egg hunt thing. Yesterday. So yeah, no, it's all good.
They go crazy. They find the eggs and stuff.
Oh, it was crazy. It was.
I already know. Look, it's one of them things where the kids have fun. It's all about the kids. Now, you guys must remember, me and Rob are on Blue Sky. We're on Blue Sky. We also have the Bramigos page on Blue Sky. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We're there, baby. We're everywhere. We're everywhere. Just come follow. Like, subscribe, tell you folks about us. And I know some of y'all be like, they be talking crap, they don't why. Look, I hear all but you ain't about that. You ain't about that. You
not a damn.
You ain't about that. You just running your mouth. You just running your mouth. Look, all I do, I watch sports and come talk sports, and then manage to piss you off while you're in your jorts. Get right. Just get right.
Hell yeah, brother.
Get right or get left. Okay. Now.